Well, we gonna do it again, then, Minister Jones. We gonna do it again.
We back again
We
with
back again.
JT and just thanking God for another day. We can
Thank
just
you,
sit
God.
down and even just chat like brothers.
Yes, yes.
We are talking today about being in the band and the difficult things you deal with.
Right.
Just kind of wanted to get JT's input on, you know, being a leader and an MD all the time of dealing with issues in the band. Amen.
Man, yeah. Being in the band could be very difficult, especially when you have went through so many band members, and by you being the lead, you deal with a lot of mess. You got to deal with attitudes,
Right.
and you really can't play with anybody because a lot of times that throws the spirit off, especially at church. So you have to be careful who you play with because a lot of people playing for themselves and forgetting about the
agree,
band.
JT. I agree.
Yes.
And
Go ahead.
I like what you're saying. And then another thing is that somebody in the band, more than once sometimes, always want to be real late and
Right.
want you to work around their time.
See,
Like they're more important than
Tell the
everybody else. You agree?
Yes, sir, I agree. I agree to the fullest. And first of all, it's not about them. It's an old saying, one band, one sound, like they said in the Drumline movie. And those people that's always late, they kind of punishing the people that's already there on time. And you have to really be careful with that. See, I don't play that being late. You're going to be late, you can stay on at the house.
That is so true. And another thing is the spirit that's in the band.
Right there.
How that can
Right there.
affect, you know, different. It can affect the whole band if it's not right.
Correct, correct. Yeah, the spirit is very important, especially when you're playing at church. A lot of people don't believe that one negative spirit can jump in your band and destroy the whole vibe of the band. So you can't allow that. That's why I say
you being a leader
right.
Have you ever had somebody just really get mad at you for you know sitting them down or getting on their case?
I gotta laugh because I can't even count how many times I done got cussed out and people mad at me for sitting them down. But that's what you deal with, especially if they call yourself friends. You gotta separate your friends from your business, And I don't play with anybody. If you ain't right, I'm gonna tell you ain't right. And I'm not gonna use you. I'd rather play by myself than to let somebody destroy the whole band.
And you are so right. And another thing I like to say is that you really can't just play with anybody, because that's what's wrong in a lot of bands.
Yes.
You try to pick up other people to play, and it's just not right at all.
Right, because a lot of people just doing it for the money. They don't care about nothing else. A lot of people don't even care how the band sound. First thing they say is, man, who handling the money on this? Where our money at? You get their money, they gone. Not even concerned about the quality of the band, or am I playing too loud over my friend? Can I hear what the singer is doing?
And I just totally agree. You just always never cease to amaze me with the things that
God
you
bless
say.
you, man, bless you.
And another thing I wanted to ask you about was the being disciplined and humble, and especially the value control of it.
Man.
Where you're not drowning out a lot of people.
That's the key right there. Being humble and being obedient. And yes, the volume is so important because a lot of people don't care about the volume. They too busy getting off that. They done forgot they playing with each other. And the volume being too loud can destroy anything, especially a singer. You can't drown each other out. You got to learn how to play low. There's times when you come up and play high.
And I remember one time JT was playing at this one event, and he just really set the bass player down on the night of because the bass player just wasn't right at all. I'm not going to call any names, but he just, he wasn't right at all. JT just pretty much ran the bass line through the keyboard.
You got to do what you got to do. I'm not going to let nobody mess up the band, The band, we are all together. And if you don't have your stuff on point, that's why when you go home, you're supposed to
keep it in order.
Yeah, you got to keep it in order and you practice on your own time. That way when you come together as a band, the bass player should know their part, the keyboard should know their part, whatever instrument, We supposed to come together and just work on our intros, outros, and breaks. Not sitting there trying to figure out where to go. That wastes a lot of time.
JT, what do you want to just really say to the people that's dealing with this, and even for the beginners that's going to get in the band and try to make it work?
Yeah.
Just let us leave her with some encouraging words.
I would really just say, watch who you play around. Pray together first of all. When you with your man, pray with your man. Don't just, pick up anybody to play with you. Be careful on what you choose and learn together. Learn from each other. Learn how to be humble, be disciplined. Don't just settle for anything and playing with anybody. And it's really hard for the beginners because it's, like I say, nobody want to help the beginners, but you know what, I will, So that's what I want to say. Just watch who you playing and watch who you hang around with.
We just thank you so much.
Man, I thank you. Thank you.
You always willing to help everybody.
That's why we're here.
That's why God is blessing you so much.
Yes, He is.
Thank you for just taking the time.
You're welcome.
And talking with us.
Amen.
And may God bless you.